Hello everyone and welcome to a new series that I am going to have and done and do. This is Fallout 4 Realistic Survival, and this is going to be a modded playthrough of Fallout 4. Basically the mods that I've got enhance immersion, realism and such like. Also I've thrown in a couple of ones that might be a little bit contentious, but just to add a little bit of variety, mix it up a bit, change to the vanilla formula if you will. I'll get into my load order a little bit, but for now, let's just dive on in. Now I'm going to be, because I've played this multiple times through before, and I imagine a lot of people will have seen it a fair few times before, I'm not going to watch the intro cutscene. Instead we're going to get right to it. Now, we'll be playing as a male this time, just because, I don't know, I generally speaking, play as a lady person in games like this, so I'm going to stick it on male. Also it feels, I don't know, not to be sexist, but it's just a male's a more recognisable survival face. Although at the same time, now that I've said that, is that strictly true? What I'm basing this on is a name that I came up with, because thinking up a name is always the hardest bit. I was going to call him Bear Chills, but at the same time, what do you think? She's not saying anything. No, we'll stick to male. We'll stick to male with the Bear Chills. I will create my character, and then we'll get right back to this. Here's the thing for you. Trying to pick my hair colour right now. I was going to go for greying, but look at that beard. Looks like someone spray painted chrome on him. That's unfortunate. Probably stick to warm black then. Alright, well this is what I reckon I'm going for. I know the blemishes and such like look a little bit strange in the intro, but it should look okay when we're in the wasteland. We're going for my survivor man type deal. That this was the best I could get in the way of long hair tied back, because he's a practical gentleman. He got his scars in the war. There was just an accident at a base after he'd come back after a long mission. One of the, we'll say, propane tanks, or the fuel tanks for a Mr. Gutsy, just went up after an accidental weapons discharge, and shrapnel cut his nose, and the fire burnt his face. What do you think of that? I think he looks no bad, and I think he's going to survive well in the wasteland. So, let's just show off his muscular body for now. Yeah, he looks like the kind of guy that we can get behind. And if he looks shit, I can always fix him later. So, it means nothing. Let's carry on, shall we? Confirm our character. Now, while this lengthy intro sequence is taking place, I am going to go through my load order in a bit of detail. First things first, we've got armor keywords and such like, all the essentials for actually running mods. I've got robot home defense. I probably won't wind up using that, but it's installed should it ever come up. We've got spring cleaning, just in case I want to do settlements, make them pretty, because like why wouldn't you pick up all the debris off the floor? I don't understand. Armor smith extended. I'm not honestly sure. Is armor smith extended the one that lets you put things on top of all outfits? I'll try and avoid any armorsmith combinations that make us too overpowered, but you'll see when I describe it later on what makes this survival let's play. In fact, I should tell you right now, we've got two things that make this outright realistic survival playthrough. The first is a mod called, I've got my load order up here so that I can find out Yeah, we've got primary needs. So basically we're going to be needing to eat and drink as we go through, lest we perish to the elements. You know how it is. We've got, and we've also got realistic survival damage. Is that what it's called? Yes, realistic survival damage. Where previously in survival mode, enemies would do 3 times damage to you, but you wouldn't do any more damage back to them. This mod changes it so that now enemies and me do 4 times, enemies and I should say, do 4 times more damage to each other. So I'll be doing more damage, but they'll be doing more damage back. And I find it's just a little bit more, well, I don't know, because when I'm playing Fallout, typically, if I shoot someone in the head, I expect them to die. And in Fallout, that doesn't happen. And I mean, it's good for like a few playthroughs, but like, I like to make things a little bit more real. Here's the Vault-Tec rep just approaching. We're looking at, he knows that we can see him, he can see us. There we are. So yeah, that might be a little bit contentious, but I think it'll be quite good. Let's be genial enough to this, man. What else have we got? Give me a second. We've got lots and lots of stuff. I've got better settlers, just for a little bit of variety in the wasteland, seeing more exciting random people. We've got craftable armor size, just so that we can customize what we look like a little bit more. Crafting workbenches, because I feel like, why not, it was in the other games, so it should be in this one too. Cut weapon mods restored, just for a little bit of variety, you know, we get some extra modifications. We've got another weapons mod thing further along. We've got a few like visual enhancements. I'm not going to go into fog out, true storms, etc. Darker nights. Dead body collision, because you can't walk through dead bodies in real life, trust me. We've got Franson's light tweaks to make it look pretty. Weapon racks, just for a little bit of immersion. I'm not going to do much settlement customization, but you never know, might come up. Got gloves of the Commonwealth, because why not wear gloves? We've got what's called Cuts and Blunts 3 in my load order, which is that's just a gore overhaul, just to make it look a little bit more visceral to match with the realism. Because of the nature of this, we're going to be big old nasty sniper gentlemen, so we're going to need some decent perception, we're going to need some decent agility. I'm trying to think of the perks right now. Maybe put perception high, agility, I'll keep that there, intelligence 6. We'll get 2 strength, 1 luck though, what's going on there? We can always put a point in perception. Get in. I don't like to go higher than 2 luck if it's not entirely necessary. We can get luck points as we go on. I'll get another point in charisma just so that we can pass them speech checks actually for charisma, even out a little bit. Yes, because of the nature of this, we are going to be a sort of sniper character. It's pretty typical, a lot of people do it, but I'll try and make it a little bit different. I'll mix it up. Sniper's going to be the sort of byline, but at the same time we're going to be running in close all the time, because it's not really, with the 4 times damage you don't really need to specialise as much, so automatic weapons and rifle weapons are going to be usable. It's quite fun, it mixes it up. I've played through like this before and it's really enjoyable. I fair enjoy it, pardon me, anyway. Right, what else have we got? Key nuker to make things look pretty. Pip-Boy Shadows, again. We've got the R91 assault rifle mod from FF7 Cloud Strife, I want to say, because it was in, the assault rifle was in, well, it's the assault rifle that was in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, and why isn't it back? I think the assault rifle in Fallout 4 looks stupid as all hell, so it'll be nice to get that when it comes to let's play with the baby. Shoulder bags, wearable backpacks, OC decorator, realistic ragdoll force, extended weapon mods is the other weapon mod thing. That's going to add some pretty silly shit from the look of it, but I'll try and steer away from any outrageous stuff. Sorry, I've not really been focusing on the gameplay. I'll probably edit this intro down to go along with this voiceover. Alright, let's get on the go. I think that's pretty much everything. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, well that's over and done with, so let's get into the actual game itself. Oh, and we've obviously got new dialogue to make it look pretty. Will it be in that, like that night in the park? I don't know. Ron Perlman on the telly. He didn't say war never changes, but he did say some things, and I appreciate that. Now, before we go in any further, I feel that it is worthwhile, well, for, at least for me anyway, to tell you, I'm not hugely... Like, I've played through Fallout 4 a few times, but I don't know the location of everything. I'm probably going to miss some stuff, so don't be too... Please don't be too harsh on me to begin with. If I miss a bobblehead, I apologise. Drop a comment, call me an imbecile, but tell me where it is so I don't make the same mistake in the future. And poor Voltec guy, isn't he letting this guy spins up his minigun? Because they don't fuck about. This guy's like, nuclear war has occurred. But he's taking it well. Come on. Come on. Let's just break this. Take the path. I don't take any path. Bear Chills takes no path. Another mod we have. I don't know if that's actually... Yeah, we got the Proto Vault suit turned on. Because I think it's pretty. It's not too unfriendly towards lore. So, I don't think that's too bad. If people have problems with it, then feel free to say. And I will remove it because it is literally just a reskin. Yeah, there are a few things that don't actually appear on the load order that I may have missed in my initial run through, so we may have some surprises. But trust me, I'll be just as surprised as you are. And finally, after all that, we make it to our... Okay. Oh god. Scripted event. Trust me, Doc. I'd love to. There we go. We finally made it. Vault suit, Proto Vault suit showing up in the little animation there, which is really pleasant. Bye bye, wife. See you on the other side. Oh, dearie me. It appears that there was some foul play involved in this vault experiment. Oh. Let's do the old, just Bear Chills grunt. Yeah, there we go. Turn the general subtitles off, because they're just gonna break immersion, if anything. I can explain the dialogue subtitles by "It's the Pip Boy." That doesn't really explain how it was beforehand, but like that's why you can. I think, well, that's how I interpreted it. It's how you can always see your health and your stamina. Fuck you, Kellogg. I thought you were voiced by Max Payne the first time, and it made me really excited. Yeah, I always thought it was the Pip Boy letting you see your stamina, your action points, I should say, and your HP and such like. So it's not too much of a stretch to say that it's showing you your dialogue options. I mean, it's probably not showing you your dialogue options, but like I'm in my brain, that's canon, and that's how it's going to be. Okie dokie, so we're free, we're finally in the actual game itself. Our survivor man, having gotten back from the war, a stone cold killer in his time, sadly injured. His wife and his Baron were his only things that he cared about. And now she's gone indeed. So we took her wedding ring to remember her by and poured out along the way into the vault. Alright, so this is nothing that anybody's not seen before. If you haven't seen it before, then that's how it goes. But as I said, yeah, I'm not incredibly familiar with Fallout 4, so I'm just gonna play it like I would play it. I'm not gonna like skim over things and such like. I'll just like... Well, the way I see it is I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the edit with this, so if I go somewhere that's just boring as all hell that nothing happens in, I will just skip to the important parts. There's the recreation terminal. First things first, making sure to take the Red Menace holotape game, which we will never ever see again. We are going to need to eat in this game. So, oh shit, cooking and radroach meat. Well, they're going to go well together, I would imagine. I missed the bloody security button. How did I manage that? Honestly, all over the place. Some delicious stim packs. Is that recoil compensated? Have I got... Does it always... Is the first 10mm pistol always a recoil compensated 10mm pistol? Something seems quite awry here. Maybe that's expanded weapon mods. Yeah, I've not actually played with some of these mods, so as always, this is a learning experience for everyone. Whoa! Taking damage like an absolute scrub lord. As always, nothing's changed then. Good to see that we're going into this series in the same vein as we are every other one, where I just play like a complete idiot. What are you gonna do? Nothing. That's what you're gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do anyway. The dust just mysteriously disappears. We've got a Pip-Boy retexture. It's looking very pretty. It's only 2K. Oh, is it? No, this is 4K. Can't remember what the texture pack that was 2K. Can't remember at all. Now it might be in our status right now. No, it's not showing up. Hopefully that mod's actually working. But when we get hungry, it will show up in our status screen. It will come up like an addiction, which is pretty cool, I would say. I like that. Yeah, it's recoil compensated. Don't know what makes it recoil compensated, but we'll find out in the near future. Besides that, nothing's really changed. I've got a map mod, got more visible roads with the grid because it looks like an actual map, and I don't see why the Pip-Boy would have a, oh Christ, what's it called when it's just topographical? Either way, I don't see why the Pip-Boy wouldn't have a more detailed map. That's probably not lore friendly, but I think it's not really too erroneous. We should be okay. Erroneous wasn't the right choice of word there. Too egregious. There you go. There we are, Franson's light tweaks coming through, making the vault look pretty, and the rest of the game is barely even noticeable. Doesn't mean that, like, as with every single game that I play, there will be some very dark areas, and I might turn darker nights off, depending on how invasive it becomes, because it could get to the state where half of the gameplay is just completely unwatchable because it's so dark. Thinking about it, that's probably something that's going to happen in between parts. But at any rate, let's be free. Let's get up into the world. We'll go to Sanctuary. We'll do all that. And then just before we get into... well, I could edit it down. Will we get Preston and such like? Yeah, I think we'll get Preston in the first part, and then we'll see where the second part takes us. Because this is all going to get edited down because everybody's seen all this shit before. Cooking station, we're going to be seeing those quite a lot. I think if I do any settlement customization, it'll all happen off screen. I'm not going to make you sit through that unless I discover something quirky or to demonstrate mods that I'm using. Like what's it called? Simple intersection, but everybody knows what simple intersection does. Unless you don't. Unless you're playing on PlayStation 4. In which case you kinda get a little bit shafted, I feel. Is the PS4 gonna have mod support for this game? I have absolutely no idea. I know the Xbox is meant to. Right. So we're free. We're in the wilderness. Oh. Oh. How things have changed. Alas. Boston, we hardly knew ye. At any rate, should probably get to the shit. Get down to the brass tacks and stock up on various junk items. I was gonna get a HUD changer. I'm not really sure about that though. I like the default. It's quite minimalist. It doesn't really get in the way. We won't be using power armor very much, apart from at the start of the game, because I don't know. I really don't like power armor in Fallout 4. I don't like what they did with it. I mean, it is more immersive, admittedly, but God, I wish I hate the diffusion cores just running down constantly. It just makes me anxious. I don't enjoy it. Because I'm simple, as gentlemen go. I'm a simple boy with simple tastes. And one of my simple tastes is not being timed. Like, I don't know how they would have changed it to make it better though, because I like it. Like, it's better technically, I suppose, than it was in the original games. Not the original games, in 3 and... well, actually, in the original games as well, but yeah. Fallout 1 through New Vegas. Here he is. Codsworth, my friend.
Those bastards really did it.
Probably not going to take companions about with us either, but come on that. Yes, this is going to be slow starting. Again, I hate to say it. Simply because the start of Fallout 4 is a bit long-winded. I like to set up a sanctuary as well, so I am going to do the Preston thing because it's going to be a good example of how the combat works now. Because I mean, you thought the Radroaches were doing a significant chunk of damage, but when enemies start using bullets, that's when it gets a little bit more. When enemies start using bullets, I believe typically you would say when enemies start using guns. Oh, that's a mod I meant to get. I wanted to turn down the VATS slowdown up to well, slow down 25%, but 75% normal speed. I'll get that in between parts, because we're in now. We're in now. There's no time for that. It'll come to it when we come to it. But rest assured, VATS is going to be changed to make it a little bit faster. It's weird, I don't really have a problem with it. I just think it kind of balances the extra damage that we're going to be doing a little bit. Or, well, I hope it will balance. I've never actually done it with that one before. But from previous playthroughs, towards the end, like the later mid-game, you become, well, much like in the basic game, you become more powerful, a lot more powerful than your enemies. And that's just a little bit breaking. You don't want that. So I want to keep the challenge going even into the end game, which the 4 times damage done to you does actually do that quite a lot, but sometimes you just feel a little bit overpowered, and we don't want that. Cheers, Cods. Let's head down to Concord. Stop off at the Red Rocket truck stop. Probably get dog meat to start with. Don't know if he's going to stay with us, but it kind of makes sense. We'll be a sort of lone wanderer, you know, your typical fare. We'll get dog meat. Dog meat knows what to do. He's a good lad, and by that I mean he's honestly completely useless, but it's nice to have a little pal kicking about. Might need to leave him outside sometimes. Can I remember if you tell a companion to stay, will they just like and then you leave, will they just show up eventually? I hope they do. Hiya, pal. Hiya, pal. As far as I'm concerned, there's only one way to talk to dog meat, and that's with the square or X or left response, because then you baby talk to him and look at his wee face.
Hey.
Go on, pal. Not gonna fuck about with this. Where are the Moras? And more importantly, why didn't they attack dog meat initially? That's what I want to know. This is the first game I've ever played on the channel where recording has made a difference to the frame rate. Getting roughly 50 most of the time, so that's okay. That's not quite 60, but hopefully it's recording in 60. I don't actually know how that will work. Don't need to go in the red. Whoa, hang on. So gold-plated flip lighter, always good to pick up. An alarm clock, always good to pick up. Cigarette cartons, also always good to pick up. Because, well, for different reasons, I suppose. Red rocket door. Never really see that door, but it's a good door. See, these are the this is the kind of stupid shit that I focus on when I'm playing games. Well, yeah, as you maybe saw from my health there. Hang on, let me make sure that we are actually. Yes, we're on survival. Good. We got our first level up, so let's look at the perk chart. Now, because of the damage difference, things like rifleman, commando, the big guns one, heavy hitter, sorry, big leagues, not heavy hitter, and iron fist. They're all significantly less useful because we do so much damage by default, which is good because, like, you know, it feels a little bit railroady. I'll probably eventually still get them because, you know, I like the extra hip fire accuracy and a chance to stagger would be quite useful. Although most of them will just fold like a sack of ties, but you'll see it's not quite as game breaking as you might think. But at any rate, potentially Lone Wanderer to start or Gun Nut. Phone, you always make noise. I try and make you stop. Moving target's going to be good. Action Boy, obviously, because of the action points. Mr. Sandman, not so much. We'll probably wind up getting a couple of points of sneak if we don't invest totally, because it's a little bit... Sneaking's overpowered in Fallout 4. It can get pretty ludicrous sometimes. We got Fortune Finder and Scrounger, and they're the only ones that matter, because we're not going to be using VATs too much. But at any rate, I think we're going to start with Lone Wanderer for the 50 extra carrying weight and 15% less damage base, which is very pleasant. Taking hides, because hides have leather, and everyone loves leathery, luscious leather. Where are you, pal? Where is this mole rat? Dog meat. Climbed in the hole. It's gone. Before we get to Concord, we are gonna... Where is it? Where's more? There it is. We're going in the hole, because the hole has a whole lot of things that we can play with. There's a red in there, but it doesn't matter. I think the 4 times damage is good in theory, but you'll see at a certain point quite soon why I think it could be considered, well, overpowered. And you'll see. You'll definitely see, unless they've patched it, because I've not. I had to update a lot of mods, and I don't know how they've changed. Learning experience. But as far as I'm aware, there's going to be a polarizing experience coming up soon. Oh shit! Don't have any bobby pins. I'll come back for you. Coca-Colas. Got ourselves a lovely plunger. A fusion core. Always good. Just gonna dart in, make sure there's nothing else. Got a note. We're not gonna read that. 10mm rounds and a pipe pistol. That's pretty much it for here. Obviously, I can get into the safe, so we'll never know what was in there. But nice little starting dungeon, introducing the concepts of the game. I played this through with my girlfriend for the very first time I played it, actually, and she'd never played a Fallout game before. And that was a good. This area was a good little place to familiarise her with the game concepts, like radiation and such like. So that was good. Just quickly check that pipe pistol. It is just a plain as anything, as default as they come, pipe pistol, and to top it off, don't actually have any ammo for it. So let's move in closer to Concord, shall we? We're going to move in to the city proper, the town proper, I should say. I'm not actually sure what Concord counts as. Town, city, could be anything. Could be a megapolis, megapolis, whatever. A mega city, as far as I'm concerned. All I know is there are foes, and we are gonna handle them. So combat is a lot more frantic and fast-paced. Gonna get the Raider leathers, because we're gonna wear the Raider leather. She wasn't naked, was she? Have I got a nude mod turned on? No, no, thank God for that. Oh, wasn't ready. Thank goodness. Sometimes they just appear, man. Like, you don't have to know that there's gonna be a. Well, I might as well keep the Vault 111 jumpsuit just to make it. Like, I remember, like, first time I ever installed a body mod, it was like, make it look prettier, more realistic. I was like, cool, I'll install that, and then they were naked. I was like, oh, you can't just spring nudity on me like that, game. We might be just about to die here. Let's find out. We got one of them. And this is the moment of truth. Yeah, so we got hit once there. It took off a very significant amount of HP. Am I just going to double up? Oh, leveled up, I think. That would explain my HP just being filled there. Have we? Yes, we have. We'll take the pipe auto pistol, because realistic leather going on there. Yeah, we'll take the pipe auto pistol because we need to be able to get more bullets going up the way. We'll take the the laser musket because the game tells us to. No harm in it, I suppose. You can still take the militia hat so that we can look like a styling baller. Right now. So can we wear 2 wedding rings? No, we can't. Let's wear our wife's wedding ring just to confuse people. I'll put the pipe auto pistol behind that. And I'll put the short laser musket on the left, but the short laser musket is slow. And that could prove fatal. Let's take a look at ourselves. Oh my, sir, you are mighty handsome. Any rate, we've got ourselves a cheeky level up, so let's dive on into that. I'm thinking maybe gun nut, just so that we've got it ready. At the same time, well, we get the first rank as sneak, so that we can just, well, sneak about, do what it says on the tin. So let's sneak into the Museum of Freedom and sneak further on into the game. I've got the time on loading screen, so you can know what time it is for me. It's currently 3:30 and 30 seconds. So these guys, let's return some fire. He's in a way. Oh shit! It doesn't seem to be doing as much damage to me as it should. I might have to tweak for that. We'll see. See when it comes to it. Like, I remember playing with this mod turned on and dying really quickly a lot of the time. So perhaps it's just being a little bit misleading. You move through Museum of Freedom. This is a nice little thing. The diorama display is still ongoing, but they've just moved. Dogmeat managing to just fucking domino all of the models. Classic Dogmeat. I'm sure everybody. Oh, we've got ourselves a. Oh, took a hit there. That was a bit more substantial. Oh, shotgun shell. Short double-barreled shotgun, lovely. Another Molotov as well to add to the pile. To the raider left leg. Oh. And we pimp ourselves up a little bit. Damn son, you handsome. And to get the fusion core, we've got to unlock this. So we'll unlock this. We do actually have a fusion core, we don't need to, but what are you gonna do, eh? Glory. Password accepted. How glorious is that? Unlocking the security gate, open the security gate, and we take the fusion core. Nice one. Right, to business. Let's see if we can. Ooh, very sneaky. Oh, favourite thing ever. I absolutely squealed first time I saw this. Everybody will have seen it before, but with Dogmeat, when you sneak, he sneaks too. He goes into sneak mode. Oh, Dogmeat, you're so clever. He's a smart dog. He's so cute. Doesn't make sense that he's a purebred German Shepherd though. Like, that's just nonsense. Where are all the other dog meats if he's just this excellent example of dog? Every other dog you see in the game, admittedly a lot of them are basically just Rottweilers, but every other dog you see in the game is mangy as all hell. Dogmeat comes up looking fine. He was a gift sent by Fallout God. Maybe. Probably not. Because he's actually, well, I mean, he could be a curse. See, it's just like, I like putting a couple of bullets into somebody and watching them drop. Well, I mean, that sounds fucking maniacal as all hell, but just, I like shooting people and them to just die. Why does everything have to have health bars? Obviously, like, like Fallout is great as it is. I just like to play things differently. And presumably that's why you're watching this. You like to see things differently. It does seem like it's really easy. But assuming the mod is working right, it isn't. It's gonna be okay. Let's get that short double barrel shotgun ready. Here comes that guy with a pool cue. Oh, pal. And that was that. Gas mask with goggles, will we take that? We'll take it with us at any rate. A little bit of ammo. Another auto pistol we don't need. Another right leg we don't need. Pistol, leather right leg. It's that good with the hoses now, the road leathers. Well, first things first, what are we looking at? We need a right arm, we need a right arm and we need a chest. Could wear the gas mask with goggles just to mix things up. Nah, let's keep it hat. He's a survivalist.
Man, I
Preston Garvey. Here we are. You fucking owe me, mate.
Please, go on.
Carry on.
Sorry.
As you were. Sounds tough. Aye, Preston. Yeah, it's terrible, mate. It's terrible that you lost all your pals. Absolutely atrocious. You're right, Sturgis. How's it going? Sturgis, you're alright.
Minigun.
Love a minigun. It's time in the military.
I'll help if I can.
It's nice that they explain that you can just why you can just wear power armor. But like they make it out to be this massive thing. And there's power armor stations everywhere. Just do not understand. Here's the thing. We've got lady bobbleheads. Little lady bobbleheads. I like the lady bobblehead. I think it's cute. It's nice. It's a nice mod. There's no perception. Look at her peering into the distance. Girl power. You know how it is. Alright. Let's move up on to the roof. See what we can find. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit polarizing. This is the bit I'm worried about. I have been worried about since I started. It's not potentially not going to be. Well, I'm sure it's going to be fine. We've got glowing. The glowing holotapes is a little bit out there. I would justify glowing bobbleheads and glowing skill mags because it would make sense. Like in real life, they made loads of shit glow when they discovered radium. Turns out it was giving people all kinds of diseases, but they did make it glow. So it makes sense in the Fallout universe that they would make shit glow. Because the radio is all about uranium and such like. I don't think that's too immersion breaking. And here we go. Like the minigun is obviously here gonna absolutely tear through our enemies. But that's good. We're meant to be powerful right now. And look, our health is dropping. The realistic damage actually makes, I find power armor a little bit more immersive. Because, like, it wouldn't, you know, it feels like it's deflecting shots. You're still taking damage, but in the base game, you're incredibly powerful when you're running about with power armor. You just absolutely tear through everybody. They don't stand a chance. And I ain't about that, bruh. Dog me just tearing a man's throat out. Yeah, this is the part. Because of the 4 times damage. Yeah, you're absolutely tearing through the Deathclaw. Thing is, if the Deathclaw gets to me, it will kill me in one hit. And like, I mean, it's meant to be a big tough armored thing, but at the same time, like, nothing. Like, bullets go through so much shit. A Deathclaw couldn't stop 700 minigun shells, even if they are 5mm, tiny little caliber, but like, it would eat a hole in its face, for God's sake. Oh, dearie me, pal. Alas, we hardly knew ye. So yeah, I think I'm justified in keeping this on. I am completely, like, totally sandbagging shamelessly. I want to justify my thought process. Love that you can just burst through sandbags in the power armor though. Pretty cool. It's nice that it feels powerful, at least. It's just a shame that the core is constantly dragged down. Maybe it's not as bad. Maybe I've just got to stop fucking moaning about things. How does that sound? So we'll head back into the Museum of Freedom. And we'll round up this ragtag group of scallywags. Come on, you. What have you got to say for yourself? Feelings mutual, Preston. La 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 la. La 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 la. Let's get our way through all this shit. I didn't even know that you could. But apparently, you can help Mama Murphy cure her addiction, which is pleasant. So I'll maybe do that this time round, because you know you go back Sanctuary as a base and such like. Now the way any true friend should do it, just fast travel right back up to Sanctuary, because fuck those guys, they'll make it back at their own accord, unless they just wander into the river like happens all the time. But we'll see. Hopefully they don't do that. Although, you know, could go either way. And now that we're back, what's our quest right now? Yeah, well let's just pop down and wait. Well, we'll drop off our power armor. Lovely. There it is, all open and pretty. Shut your cell down. Excellent. Alright, we'll sit about and we'll wait for Preston and that to arrive, and then I'll end this part here. Although, don't worry, part 2 is coming right ahead. And it would be great if you carried on, even if you didn't think this part was very entertaining to begin with. Like, you want the mods to sort of get into their sway a little bit. So we'll talk to Preston, prostate gravy. We used to live here, Preston. This used to be a nice neighbourhood. Someone's taking my bairn, and I'm really quite irritated about it, if I have to be honest with you, mate. So I'd love to get on with it, Preston. If I could look at Sturgis going for it. My God, he has got a mission against that. We'll get Sturgis's repair the bloody town quest. I'll do all that. I'll do that off screen just to get a couple of levels. Lovely. Let's sort out the perk chart. What are we looking at here? Right, so let's think about things. What's some of the best? Start at the top. I like the idea of moving target, so that when we're sprinting, bullets will be whizzing by us. It'll be pretty cool. Refractor, energy resistance. Oh shit, we need one more to get sniper. That could be an investment actually that we want to do early. Locksmith would be quite good as well. Okay, we'll get the extra point of perception just now so that we don't have to do it later when levels are worth more. And I think next time we will do the 10 pounds bluff thing, because it's good. Like, it's a nice starting area to establish. Might get to see some of the other stuff that takes place in this load order. At any rate, this was the first part of my Fallout Realistic Survival Let's Play. I hope you enjoyed it, but it was a little uneventful. So come back right now for part 2, which should be up and maybe potentially, hopefully in HD by the time you finish watching this one. So I have been Krun. This was Games Done with Krun in Fallout 4. Stay tuned for more. Remember to, if you enjoyed, leave a like, comment or share. Subscribe would be lovely. You can follow me on Twitter at GDWKrun and on Facebook. The link's in the description down below. Thank you very much. Have a great day and goodbye for now.